Next to 10 inside the Gacy dig tonight, and we unlock the killer's vault, the secrets Gacy left behind.
Then has the super rat invaded Chicago, why we may be closing in on losing the rat race.
And a dieter's dream, low-fat beef. That's next.
I think my mom has psychic powers.
Don't drink out of that milk cart.
It's like she knows what's gonna happen before it happens.
No video games before your homework. And when I have a bad cough,
She can predict exactly what'll make me feel better.
Robitussin. It's the brand doctors and pharmacists recommend most for coughs.
now that your cough is better, I predict you'll be going to school tomorrow.
Scary, isn't she?
Robitussin. Recommended by Dr. Mom.
And for your little patient, try Robitussin Pediatric Cough and Cold Formulas.
Got a big job to do? Get the new Firestorm cordless strip. 3, 4. It has enough power to do any job 7 times over.
Oh, baby.
The Firestorm, built by Black & Decker.
My dad's just moved in with us. He's quite a character. Very disciplined, very organized. And that's going to be difficult with 2 very active little boys. I know his appearance is very important to him. He keeps those shirts of his spotless. I don't want them to end up dingy when they get thrown in the wash with the kids' dirty stuff.
Liquid Tide's new Clean Rinse formula. It helps prevent dirt in the wash water from redepositing on clothes, so everything comes out whiter than with regular detergents.
I think they're going to learn a lot from each other.
There are some colors you can only find in the country, and these were the inspiration for the Country Colors collection from Ethan Allen, an affordable way to bring a fresh look to wherever you call home. The fall sale ends this weekend.
The holidays can get pretty crazy.
Who's got the list?
You got people to visit and cards to send. Finding addresses can be a pain.
There's 3,000 Johnsons in New York City alone. Which one is Tommy?
And once you find them, how do you get there?
Who's doing directions?
Log on to Snap.com. Snap's holiday guide takes the stress out of the season. Find the phone number and address for everyone on your list, even a custom map to get you there. Less stress, more time for you. The holiday guide at Snap.com. Right answers right away.
From our studios in New York, here again is Jane Pauley.
And now here's Tom Brokaw with a look at what's coming up tomorrow on Nightly News. Tom?
Thanks, Jane. It happens all the time. When you need medical care, your doctor first must get approval, but who does your doctor call? Who actually makes those decisions that can be so critical to your health? We'll tell you about that. Also, your holiday gifts. When you need to send them, which service can you count on? Find out who's rated the best when delivering your packages. That's tomorrow on Nightly News, Jane.
Thanks, Tom. Now let's take a look at one of the stories we're working on for Dateline Tuesday. They were best friends, growing up together in a close-knit community. Then a violent and bloody crime tore their families apart.
Not my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd see something like that.
Could this boy really be the killer of his best friend's mother?
This is a kid who all the evidence shows is anything other but the monster that killed Janet Downey.
Or did he have a darker side?
There's some very sick things that were happening that night.
A Dateline Court TV exclusive. The story on Dateline Tuesday.
And that's Dateline for this Monday. We'll see you again for Dateline Tuesday at 10, 9 Central. Now stay tuned for your local news. I'm Stone Phillips, and for all of us at NBC News, good night.
Very nice work, everybody. See you back here tomorrow night.
Later on The Tonight Show, Jay thinks about maybe sweating to the oldies with Richard Simmons, but he only thinks about it. Plus, Major Babe Rebecca Stamos and the country tunes of Dixie Chicks. Your local news is next.
Just ahead, rats. How many are in Chicago? Is the city losing the battle against them? Unit 5 hits the streets with a world-renowned rat expert. What they uncovered, the rat race. Then Katie Couric and the Today Show family's personal crisis, a battle with the deadly disease.
When every day starts looking the same, escape the everyday in a new Lincoln Town Car or Lincoln Continental. Lease a '99 Town Car now for just $459 a month for 30 months. Plus, we'll pay your first month's payment to help put you in the picture. Or lease the '99 Continental for only $459 a month for 30 months. Plus, we'll pay your first month's payment to change your outlook. Lincoln, what a luxury car should be.
From the WMAQ TV newsroom,
This is NBC5 Chicago, live at 10.
If serial killer John Wayne Gacy took secrets to the grave, that's where they'll stay. Hours of digging in a backyard on the city's northwest side, and the police come up with nothing. No bones, no bodies, no secrets. Hello, I'm Warner Saunders.
And I'm Allison Rosati. The search intensified a sense of dread in the Northwest Side neighborhood. Neighbors fearful that the dig might produce more Gacy victims. But tonight, neighbors are expressing relief that it's over. NBC5's Mark Sapelsa joins us live on West Miami Avenue with the very latest tonight. Mark?
Allison, this all began when a former cop made it known that he recalled seeing Gacy with a shovel in the wee hours on the property right behind me, property that Gacy's mother once lived. Well, tonight, after a highly anticipated search, turned up zip. Christmas lights blink in odd contrast over police tools left over from today's dig for Gacy's victims. A neighbor whose sign, if nothing else, speaks to how big an intrusion this has really been in their everyday lives.
It's been nothing but chaos, a pain, and I'll finally be able to park my car in front of my house now and get up and go to work without having to deal with any police or reporters anymore.
Here's how this dig, watched by the nation, went down today. Investigators scanned the ground with radar equipment. Crime lab technicians marked off grid points, references for digging. Residents looked on in anticipation. Police found 2 potential hotspots in the grass yard. By 4:30, they finished digging the first hole underneath the white tent. By 5 o'clock, they dug out the second hole. Here it is. This is all they found: a broken bottle, a pan, some wires, a piece of metal, and a marble.
There is some minor artifacts found in the property, none of which are in any way remotely connected to human remains.
In fact, police confirmed one of the original spots of concern underneath the asphalt is an oil tank with a feeder pipe.
I think it puts this investigation to rest as it relates to the Miami Avenue site.
By tonight, an attorney for the owner of the building at Center Stage broke silence, angered by the whole event.
They could have gone forward in this in a measured, quiet way without this neighborhood being up for grabs as it's been for the last week.
His anger not directed at the police who conducted today's search, but at the former cop and the organization that cop shared his information with, as well as an original radar search team, all of whom he claims trespassed on the property before handing it all over to official authorities. All he wants is an apology. And for now, from here, case closed. Live on the Northwest Side, Mark Sapelsa, NBC5 Chicago.
Mark, thank you. While the dig on the Northwest Side today unearthed no secrets, there is a place that provides disturbing details to John Wayne Gacy's killing spree. NBC5's Renee Ferguson takes us into the Gacy Vault.
The records of John Wayne Gacy's killing spree have remained buried inside this vault for almost 20 years. While Gacy was executed in 1994, his ghost, the awful spirit of what he did here, remains alive inside boxes of quartz files, which tell a story that most of us would prefer to forget. William Carroll, last seen alive, 1977. The faces of Gacy's victims stare out at us, frozen in youth. They'd be in their 30s, some of them in their 40s now, except for what Gacy did. Along with the photos, the fingerprints of the unidentified dead.
In this case, 5 of the bodies were never identified, so they decided they'll probably hold on to this forever as far as for historical purposes.
A gruesome history of our darkest possibilities. Handcuffs used to subdue his victims. Gacy kept the keys. A piece of rope made into a hangman's noose. A victim's leather jacket. Inside Gacy's bedroom, the horrible irony of a bloody carpet. Just below, a picture of Donald Duck. Archivist Tom Sobin pulled out the actual wooden entryway to the crawl space under Gacy's house, where he buried so many of his victims. And skulls, more than anyone would want to see. On this one, the story of a gruesome death seems etched on its face, in stark contrast to the smiling mugshot of an unrepentant John Wayne Gacy, a madman who mocks us from the grave even today. Renee Ferguson, NBC5, Chicago.
We may never know what secrets are buried with Gacy. He was convicted for the murder of 33 men and boys. How many he actually killed, it's anybody's guess.
A South suburban family is reunited tonight after their baby was allegedly abducted by her babysitter. A tearful reunion tonight in Riverdale for mom, dad, and their 3-month-old baby girl. Police handed the couple their child after officers picked up the babysitter. The baby was reported missing early today. Her parents had not seen her since Sunday at about noon, when the mother left her with a first-time babysitter.
Our main concern is for the baby, and the baby appears to be fine at this time, but she will be going through further medical tests.
Riverdale police say the babysitter, Anita Talley, is in custody. No word tonight if any charges will be filed.
2 former supervisors at the Illinois Secretary of State's Melrose Park driver's license facility pleaded guilty to racketeering charges. Marianne Mastro Domenico and Phyllis Volpe admitted in federal court today to selling truck drivers permits in exchange for bribes. 5 people indicted in the bribes for license scheme have pleaded guilty. All 5 will be sentenced in February.
Congressman Bobby Rush becomes the first official candidate in the race for mayor of Chicago. Rush announced his bid on this, his 52nd birthday. Back in the 60s, Rush founded the Illinois chapter of the Black Panthers. Today, Rush criticized Mayor Daley for running a city that he said works for only a select few.
We must reclaim our city from those who manage it as a personal fiefdom for the benefit of a small group of cronies.
Mayor Daley is expected to run for re-election. He has not officially announced his candidacy yet. Election day is 3 months away.
One face is very familiar, the other is not. Next, the Today Show family is dealing with a personal crisis and teaming up to help others.
Later in Health Watch, the new cattle producing leaner beef, and...
That's more like it.
What do you got there?
That's a good adult.
He is a world-renowned rat specialist, and wait until you hear what he has to say about Chicago's rat population. The Rat Race, a 6-month Unit 5 investigation. That's later.
NBC 5 News is brought to you in part by Isuzu.
You can call it a truck. You can call it an SUV. Heck, you can call it Molly. But with the 205 horsepower engine and 80 cubic feet of cargo space, don't call the Isuzu Rodeo a car. It gets mad. Lease an Isuzu Rodeo for $299 a month for 48 months with $14.93 due-at-lease signing. Isuzu. We don't make cars.
Later on an all-new Tonight Show kickoff Thanksgiving week with our favorite turkey, Richard Simmons, plus supermodel Rebecca Romaine Stamos, supermodels in crisis, Saddam's Secret, Kevorkian on a budget, and get ready for those holiday headlines.
Come for Satan's arrival!
And tomorrow, catch Will Smith and Cher. Wow! Stand for Richard Simmons and headlines tonight. Then on a revealing Conan.
Oh, I've got the biggest man boobies here. Okay.
Plus the lovely Gwyneth Paltrow. And Conan, I don't know, you tell me.
Now there's a change in the weather, and there's a change in the sea. So from now on, there'll be a change in me. My walk will be different, my talk and my name. There'll be some changes made
Renew.
today.
Club Med winter rates from $9.99 to the Caribbean, Bahamas, and Mexico. Call 1-800-CLUB-MED.
NBC 5 News is brought to you in part by Cellular One.
I've got more shopping to do. Back soon.
Here's a great gift idea that's easy and affordable from the wireless experts at Cellular One. A free Motorola StarTAC 3000 on a rate plan as low as $9.95 per month.
Hello?
Honey, put it back.
The Motorola StarTAC, free from Cellular One when you sign up for service.
Many things can bring people together, a job, common interest, or difficult struggles. It was a struggle that has bound 2 members of our NBC family, a struggle with colon cancer. NBC 5's Marion Brooks has that story.
You probably already know this face, Katie Couric, host of the top-rated Today Show. But you probably don't know Jeff Zucker, executive producer of Today.
I was lucky, and, you know, others haven't been as lucky.
Zucker survived colon cancer. Katie Couric's husband, Jay Monahan, did not.
My husband was just 41 when he was diagnosed.
Within a year, he was dead. Now the disease that's altered Katie and Jeff's lives has propelled them to activism. With her voice, through her craft, and in magazines, Couric has urged people to talk.
We just have to increase awareness, make people talk about this, even though it involves bowels and rectums.
Jeff Zucker has also become vocal. He was only 31 when diagnosed. He survived because his cancer was discovered early.
I was totally uneducated about what the colon was, or what colon cancer was, or what this involved.
The colon is the large intestine, and cancer is a growth or a narrowing within it. 90% of its victims can be cured, but early detection is the key.
There is not adequate awareness because only a very small percentage of the population goes through appropriate screening.
Only 20 to 30%. Dr. Hanauer says that's despite the fact that 150,000 people a year get colon cancer and 50,000 people die from it. And although it's more common in people over 50, anyone with symptoms, which include a change in bowel habits and blood in the stool, should see his doctor, no matter his age.
Any life gone is tragic, but a life cut short at a young age is even more tragic.
You should know colon cancer is the second most common cancer in men and the third most common cancer in women. And those with a family history should think about being screened 10 years before the age of the family member that was diagnosed.
As they say, just do it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Marion. This is the end of November. Temperatures in the high 50s. Coming up, Brent Miller tells us how long this is going to last.
But first, some say Chicago has the fewest rats ever. But are you getting the whole truth about rats and the city's effort to stop them? Dave Savini investigates the rat race next on NBC5.
Plus, a beef with less fat than chicken. It's true. Details ahead in Health Watch.
And is it over already? Dennis Rodman calling it quits on his week-long marriage? That's later on NBC5.
The all-new, totally redesigned 1999 Pontiac Grand Am GT. Now, with low 3.9% APR GMAC financing, get an average finance savings of over $1,500. See your Chicagoland, Northwestern Indiana Pontiac dealers.
From the way companies process information to the way they share information. From the way they create ideas to the way they sell ideas. Secure old customers. Attract new customers. Use devices to extend their business. Leap ahead of someone else's business. At Sun, our technologies power the net for business. We're the dot in .com. What can we .com for you?
I'm Nasita Kwan.
And I'm Art Norman. Tomorrow here on NBC5 at 5:30 in the morning. You can travel anywhere around the world and look at live pictures without leaving your home computer. Our weekday web segment.
Plus, your out-the-door forecast and the latest travel times.
What I like to wear most in winter?
Warm, fluffy, long-sleeve shirts and stuff.
I like colors that go together.
Like plaids and stripes.
Plaids and stripes.
Mittens and gloves and all that good stuff.
Kids love shopping at Walmart.
Cheap clothes, nice clothes. Cheap clothes in price, not in quality.
Okay. When you're having to wash clothes every other day, they've got to last wash after wash.
This is a great shirt.
I like it because it's real velvety.
Another way this fits is extremely comfortable. It's soft.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
Thank you.
In tonight's assignment 5, the rat race. Is the rat population on the rise in your neighborhood? Unit 5 found something may be happening to rats. Investigative reporter Dave Savini spent months investigating Chicago's war on rats. He found you may not be getting the whole story on who's winning that war.
Rats. Dirty rats. Squeezing their way into garbage dumpsters. Jumping into cars. Crawling around the streets and alleys of Chicago. So just how many of these disease-carrying rodents are there in the city? Hundreds? Thousands? Millions?
City officials who keep track of the population say 94% of Chicago is rat-free, the fewest rats ever, less than 500,000. But a 6-month Unit 5 investigation has found you may not be getting the whole truth about rats and the city's effort to stop them. you buy it when the city says 500,000 rats? No.
Dr. Bill Jackson is a world-renowned specialist on rats. He studied rat problems for the federal government in cities around the country, including Chicago.
Those are rat droppings.
Unit 5 invited Dr. Jackson back to Chicago for a couple days last month.
You've come to the right place.
Yeah?
We took him through neighborhoods where residents told us rats are a serious problem.
You say it's bad?
Yeah, rats bad right here. All up 9 here. A lot of them.
I mean, how can they not see that there's a huge problem? If you were a garbage collector and you drove down that alley
Paula Berry is part of a community group that's asked the city for more trash pickups and more dumpsters to keep the rats out of her backyard and alley.
Do you trust the city's estimate on rats?
No. You've got to do an accurate sampling procedure, and that's not being done. Determine how many kinds of burrows you've got.
Dr. Jackson showed us the kind of methods needed for officials to get an accurate rat count in Chicago.
Here's some burrows.
He counted burrows.
You can see the tooth marks. We treat rats nicely in this neighborhood. Not only do we provide them with food, we put it in a dish. This is a live trap.
He put down traps.
We'll put some bait in so they'll come in.
In areas where there were signs city officials had poisoned repeatedly.
We had one trap over here.
And when we returned the next day?
A young one. He's not very happy.
10 days ago, they put poison down here.
Well, they obviously didn't catch this guy. That's more like it.
What do you got there?
That's a good adult.
Surprised?
No, I'm not surprised.
She's been pumping out young all summer long.
We're just comfortable with the idea there's under 500,000.
Terry Levin is spokesman for the Chicago Streets and Sanitation Department. He acknowledges Dr. Jackson as one of the world's top rat experts.
What he says is that he doesn't believe the city's estimate on rats.
It's counting. I mean, it may seem simple, but it's from direct observation.
Look, there's a rat right there.
Levin says they haven't done a scientific study to prove their estimate of 500,000 rats, but adds there's no proof it's wrong.
The political needs of the system can distort the numbers. I think it's unfortunate that numbers like this are used which can't adequately be defined or justified or verified. The rats ate the poison.
Dr. Jackson says he saw something else that raises questions about Chicago's rat population, the poison used to kill them.
If it was put down appropriately, and both in terms of place and in terms of amount, this could then suggest the beginnings of a resistance problem.
Another super rat.
Another super rat, correct.
The last time Chicagoans heard the word super rat was 20 years ago, when they grew immune to the poison and the numbers surged. After trying several types of poison, Chicago finally settled on one called bromodiolone. But Unit 5 found evidence that rats in other countries have grown immune to this poison. According to a rodent control study, laboratory testing found rats in Denmark, France, and Germany have developed a resistance to the same poison used in Chicago.
If there is a situation here in Chicago where rats are able to feed on this rodenticide and not be killed, then this would be suggestive of resistance.
There is no resistance right now. That's not to say that tomorrow our mythical rat won't be born who is the first to be resistant. We know that's coming.
Well, how can you be so positive?
Because we see the results. Because when the food supply is cut off and all they have left to eat is the poison, then they die.
Tell that to the people in these neighborhoods.
I mean, we haven't seen one dead rat.
Where the garbage cans, burrows, and droppings are reminders that some rats in this part of the city are alive and well.
If all you go out and do is poison, the rats are going to come back. The rats have survived for centuries upon centuries.
The federal government used to provide funding to do scientific studies, but since there is no federal oversight anymore of cities and their rat programs, statistics can easily be misused. And despite our findings and the research showing European rats have grown immune to the same type of poison used in Chicago, city officials say they have no plans to test the poison right now, and no plans to do a study on how many rats are really living out there. Warner, Ellison.
Thank you.
So it could be even a bigger problem than in months and years to come.
If they do become resistant to this poison, if they are, then the rats that are resistant continue to live and thrive, and the other rats just die off, and it becomes like survival of the fittest.
How about changing the poison?
And that can be done. There are several different types out there.
All right,
Thanks, Dave. Tomorrow night at 10, 3 and up, 6 and up. How do you know if your kids are the right age for their toys? NBC5's Robin George puts toys to the tests and asks the real experts in the age game. That's tomorrow night at 10.
And in Health Watch, if you like eating beef, it sounds too good to be true. Cattle that are lower in fat than chicken. They are called Belgian blue. They are neither Belgian nor are they blue. They are genetically bred, and their meat reportedly has only 10% of its calories coming from fat. Chicken has 17% calories coming from fat. Took decades to breed these low-fat steers.
And the good news just keeps rolling right along.
Yeah, it's an incredible weather pattern. We'll show you where the cold area is, too, with a little graphic that's coming up. For us, 60 degrees today. A gorgeous day in Chicago. Here's what's going on in Oak Lawn tonight. Our weather tracker site giving you weather from the neighborhood, 43 degrees. The current temperature, west wind at 4 miles per hour. And we'll see the temperatures fall off to, it looks like, probably the upper 30s. 43 at O'Hare this hour. Some 30s out in the western suburbs. And a patch of, well, 20s. Fargo just is blessed with cool air. Here's what's going on from the satellite perspective. Not much for us. Skies clear out. Big storm continues in the Pacific Northwest. They're getting hammered again and again with this jet stream pattern. It's more or less straight west to east. What's happening, the Rocky Mountains are stripping a lot of that moisture away. As we get into cloudcast, this is the computer model projecting where the clouds could be. By Wednesday, there's one little system that scoots by here, and we could see maybe a sprinkle or two. That's what one model is saying. Now, here's what's going on with the jet stream. We're south of it, warm air to the north, polar air. Let's cross the pole and go to the other side of the planet, and we'll show you where there is a cold spell, an Arctic cold spell in Europe. In Paris, the fountains in front of the Eiffel Tower, frozen solid, 6 below zero temperatures reported in eastern France. Fortunately, it looks like that is going to moderate. We'll see 32 tonight. Tomorrow's forecast high temperature 56 with some 80s in the southwest. And our forecast for Chicago looks like this. Overnight, 32 degrees, a little warmer in the city. 35, sunshine tomorrow morning. 56 tomorrow's high, so 4 degrees cooler. But the average should be about 45, so no complaints there. And as we get to Wednesday, maybe a morning sprinkle, then sunshine in the afternoon. Thanksgiving Day, 48 degrees. And look what happens Saturday, back up to 59. No complaints.
The merchants are loving you, too. Lots of shoppers out there.
I'm loving it.
Thank you. Well, just 1 week after tying the knot, Dennis Rodman is trying to untie it. Dennis and his new bride, Carmen Electra, are splitting up. The worm filed for annulment yesterday in California. The petition claims Rodman was of unsound mind. Rodman's lawyer says the worm was drunk when he got married last week in Las Vegas. No reaction from Carmen Electra tonight. And I'll bet you he's not going to send your wedding present back either.
No, I don't think so. You called it, though. He called it. We'll be back with the Illinois Lottery numbers, and it's the leap that you've just got to see in slow-mo later on NBC5.
And coming up in sports, college basketball is the main attraction. Illinois, Loyola, and Indiana all taking it hard to the hoop tonight.
Doppler radar on NBC5 Chicago is brought to you in part by Ameritech. In a world of technology, people make the difference.
Day 82. Coldest day yet. Even the dogs won't move. Still no radio contact and supplies are running low.
I brought you some cookies and some nice hot cocoa. Bye-bye, dear.
There are a few things you can always count on. The Go Anywhere Jeep Cherokee is just one of them. Lease a new '99 Cherokee Sport for $269 a month and get all this at no extra charge. Check one out at your Jeep dealer. As a contractor, I buy from KDA all the time. At KDA, my customers get a complete Merillat kitchen at a price that fits any budget and delivery as quick as 2 days. Of course, my wife and I put Merillat in our own kitchen. She liked all the styles, but I like KDA's Merillat cabinets because they're easy to install and they're built to last. And in this family, that's important.
KDA, cooking like never before. Ooh.
shortcut to the big occasion. Sam's Club, the secret to living well.
Well, if I had money, tell you what I do.
People can't stop singing during National Ford Truck Season.
Ford Truck Season means great deals on America's best-selling trucks, like 1-9 financing on the #1 selling '99 Ford Explorer. Now available with side impact airbags. Save on 4-door Rangers, Expeditions, and the new 4-door F-Series, too. It's Ford Truck Season, and you'd be crazy to miss these savings.
I'm crazy about a Ford truck.
Go to your local Ford store today.
Real-time closed captioning on NBC5 Chicago is brought to you in part by Loyola University Health System. We also treat the human spirit.
Do you notice what the shakes are from? No NBA basketball. Can you help me out?
Oh, I can definitely help you out tonight because we have a veritable plethora of college hoops tonight, Warner. We tip it off with Tennessee Martin visiting Illinois, and guess what? They got no kicks in Champaign. Mere basketball didn't thrill them at all. Stop me. Somebody stop me. Lon Kruger's fighting Illini, trying to run the record to 3-2. No contest here. Freshman Corey Bradford with the steal, coming up big, taking it the length of the court for 2. He had 11 on the night. And then watch, downtown, Cleotis Brown, number 32, with a steal of his own. He takes it the distance, goes in for the layup. Sweet there, he had 13, and the Illini win at 71-35. At the Maui Classic, Bobby Knight's Indiana Hoosiers not happy with the way they played against Kansas State. They trailed by 6 until A.J. Guyton went off there from the corner. That brought the Hoosiers to within 3, and then with 1:32 remaining, watch, Luke Krecker from the exact same spot. He drains it as well. That tied the game. Indiana went on to win it by 1, 71-70. Loyola at Bradley tonight. Former DePaul assistant Jimmy Molinari with the classy guard. Rob Dye to Jerome Robertson. He finishes with authority. And then Dye coming up here with another sweet assist. This time the leading scorer, Gavin Shire. He had 13. Bradley wins it 70-53. There, are you happy?
A little bit.
Okay. At Hallis Hall, maybe no news is good news. Having run out of answers and new ways to explain the same old story, Bear players ducked into hibernation today, opting not to meet the press. The Bears locker room resembled an NBA locker room. No players to be found. Coach Dave Wannstedt was available, however, looking for something to jumpstart his team.
We're looking to try to create a spark if we can, you know, and to try to get something going offensively. We know the problems that we've had, but they're not isolated to one guy. But you know, I'm not rolling anything out. I mean, I just want to sleep on it and just look at everything and give it some real thought.
Well, finally, the Big Ten Conference and the University of Iowa losing a coaching giant. 69-year-old Hayden Fry is retiring.
47 years I never had to do this.
Hayden had to fight back the tears as he made the announcement. A lot of memories and great moments in a 37-year career that produced 17 bowl appearances and 3 Big Ten Conference championships.
I still got some years left in me. I'm a mean old son of a gun. So after I go out and let my beard grow and my hair grow and go down the Grand Canyon on a mule or jackass, I might show up someplace again like Pop Warner or Alonzo Stagg, you know, add to my record. I'm just kidding you about that.
You know, my lasting memory of Hayden Fry, I went down there to visit him one time, and he used to have pep rallies at 5 a.m. in the morning for the farmers. They loved him, and he loved them.
Well, that's when they get up. So
yeah, exactly.
Time to have a pep rally. Thank you.
We're going to be back with the flying feline. No doubt this kitty used up one of his 9 lives today.
Here's the Indiana lottery numbers.
The first front-wheel drive minivan in America. The first to offer dual sliding doors. The first with roll-out seats. A minivan that since introduction has offered more innovations than any other. The new Dodge has a passion for bringing the future into the present and then making it affordable. With up to $1,000 cash allowance on Dodge Caravans. The future is waiting. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you for this limited time offer.
Oh, honey.
honey. This is the best. I gotta go, Mom.
What's with the TV?
I don't know, honey. Where's the remote?
Buy Primeco's bonus pack now and get a 100% digital Qualcomm phone, 200 bonus anytime minutes, and a car power charger for only $99.
Call 1-800-PRIMECO.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Victoria Station.
What is it about people who work at gates? Would it hurt to talk?
At United Airlines, the people who work at our gates are making it their responsibility to answer questions, solve problems, and just lighten up a little. We know it breaks with tradition, but we're trying to reinvent an airline here.
Holiday shopping is easy at Menards. The Dremel Variable Speed Motor Tool cuts, polishes, and carves. This multi-pro kit has 60 accessories, just $54.95 after rebate. This 2-speed scroll saw is great for all kinds of craft projects, just $119. Save on Coleman air compressors, complete with a built-in regulator. This 4-horse model is just $189. For gifts you use year-round, head to Menards. War and season's greetings to you all from Menards.
Finally, if you have a kitty cat, you may want to cover their eyes for this one. A cat in Detroit used up one of his 9 lives today when he tried to fly. The cat had been stranded on top of a light pole for 2 days. When the Humane Society tried to rescue him, he jumped all the way down to the ground. He landed on his feet and then he ran away. Something you have to see in slow motion to truly appreciate. He stretches out, he flies to the ground. When last seen, this little kitty cat was still running and apparently was not injured at all in this huge jump.
I was
But don't try
panicked
it at
for a
home.
second, Allison. I thought it was a flying
How about a
rat.
9 from the Czechoslovakian judge?
That's the answer to the rat problem.
Can I just push him off the set? Good night,
That's our
everybody.
mission now. Good night.
Flying cats, they'll kill the rats.
Real-time closed captioning on NBC5 Chicago is brought to you in part by Jiffy Lube, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change.
Circuit City has all kinds of audio systems and the best brands, so it's easy to find one that fits your space and your budget. We can answer your questions, and you always get our low price guarantee.
Right now, all home, car, and portable audio is on sale at Circuit City. All 31-inch and larger TVs, VCRs, camcorders, and appliances are on sale, too. Plus, save $180 on this IBM computer with monitor and Canon color printer, just $999.99. Plug into low prices at Circuit City.
If you look to the competition for a 4-door pickup, better get your blowtorch, because only your Ford store's got the complete line of 4-door trucks, like F-Series, the only standard 4-door super cab. Don't look to the competition, or the new 4-door Ford Ranger, the only 4-door compact. Hey, if you're a great welder, see the competition. If you want 4 doors, see your Ford store. Now during Ford truck season, get 1-9 financing on all 99 Rangers, or great lease deals on F-Series. Visit your local Ford store today.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go.
Searching for the perfect gift has its price, like your sanity. Remember, for a hassle-free way to shop, TJ Maxx has thousands of great fashions and gifts for everyone on your list. All at great prices, all in one great store. TJ Maxx. See what's new this week.
No one knows a neighborhood like the people who live there. So when it comes to financing your new home, always ask a local. LaSalle, the bank that works.
When you're worried about selling your home, share your dreams with RE/MAX, and we'll share our success with you. RE/MAX, the real estate leaders.
Are your kids the right age for their toys? Tuesday at 10 on NBC5 Chicago.
You're watching NBC, America's late night leader. Thanks for staying up.